Now we can do a GRE sentence completion question that only 28% of the people got right when they took it on an official GRE test. They're faced with a sentence with two blanks. The actual blank of Wilson's position was always blank by his refusal to compromise after having initially agreed to negotiate a settlement. When we break down the sentence, it has three elements. It's about Wilson's position, his refusal to compromise, and how he initially agreed to negotiate a settlement. We can look at the possible words for the first blank. There could be the outcome of Wilson's position, there could be the logic of Wilson's position, there could be the rigidity of Wilson's position, there could be the uncertainty of Wilson's position, or there could be the cowardice of Wilson's position. It's the second blank and the connection between the three elements in the sentence that's really going to make the difference. What if we talked about the outcome of Wilson's position, and then we said it was always foreshadowed by his refusal to compromise? Well, that would make sense. But then it also says after having initially agreed to negotiate a settlement. Then his refusal to compromise wouldn't have been foreshadowed, so answer A won't fit. Answer B, the logic of Wilson's position could be related to his refusal to compromise because he was so logical he wouldn't compromise. But then the second word says it was enhanced. Would his logic be enhanced if he refused to compromise after he initially agreed to negotiate a settlement? It doesn't sound very logical, so those two words won't fit into the same sentence. Answer C. The actual rigidity of Wilson's position could be related to his refusal to compromise, and then he initially agreed to negotiate a settlement. So how does betrayed work? Well, that means that one thing showed that the other thing really wasn't the case. His refusal to compromise showed that his initial agreement to negotiate a settlement wasn't really his position. It betrayed his position. So C is a possibility. Then the uncertainty of Wilson's position. Well, he refused to compromise, and then he initially negotiated a solution, so it looks like there's a lot of uncertainty. But was his position alleviated by this uncertainty? That doesn't make sense. What about answer E? The cowardice of Wilson's position. He could be cowardly and refuse to compromise. He could be cowardly and initially agree to negotiate a settlement. So there's a little of both of the ideas in cowardice as well. But his position highlighted by his refusal to compromise when he initially agreed to negotiate a settlement, highlighted doesn't work. So we're left with only one answer that actually fits the logic of the sentence, which is answer C. A lot of the difficulty in this question involves the definition of the word betrayed. If you look it up in the dictionary, the first meaning says committed treason, or delivered to the enemy, or it could mean that you were disloyal, or it could mean that Wilson disclosed a secret. And it isn't until the fifth definition that Wilson's position was made known that really fits into the logic of this sentence. But as we look in the dictionary, we realize the origin of this word is Middle English, which means it's Anglo-Saxon. And then we remember that the GRE is an English test. And now we confirm our answer by putting our choice into the sentence. The actual rigidity of Wilson's position was always betrayed by his refusal to compromise after having initially agreed to negotiate a settlement. 28% of the people managed to figure out the logic, and the meaning of this sentence. Testing for the public. Nonprofit since 1985. No one makes things easier.